Okay, so we've let our flour mixture rest for a few minutes, and what I have here is the all-purpose flour, and we're ready to load up. Again, I'm gonna warn you, this is messy. Flour is gonna get everywhere, but it'll still be worth it. So the object of the game is to handle the biscuit dough the least amount possible and getting them over here. In order to make them uniform size, again, I have a little scoop here. I would strongly suggest that you not try to make bigger biscuits because, again, they don't get done all the way in the middle. So this is a rather small scoop. I'm guessing about an ounce, ounce and a half. I'm not sure because I'm not a cook. All right, so what we're going to do is first I'm going to get my hand floured up. Now this is going to make a difference. First scoop. Drop it in your hand. These are kind of, again, that milk was very cold. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle a little bit, and I'm just enough to form it, and I'm gonna put it in the skillet. Now the object of the game is these biscuits are kissing cousins, so we're gonna want them piled up right next to each other. Again, we're gonna handle this dough minimally. I will tell you that I probably had my buttermilk a little bit too cold or my cream a little bit too cold, and there are flakes of buttermilk and heavy cream in here, but that's okay. This ain't no beauty contest. So we're going to continue this. I'm going to try to do some just so you can get an idea about how tight we're talking about. And also, a trick they taught us in school was if you end up with a pan of biscuits that is not complete, if there's a hole because you've run out of dough, you can take a piece of aluminum foil and ball it up and stick it in there in place, and that the dough has something to push against. So make a little Easter egg size aluminum foil ball and stick it in there in the place of a ball of dough. That's my photographer, Tim. Everybody say, hey, Tim. Hey, Tim. I'm going to do this one very quickly because I want to show you how we're going to paint the biscuits. These biscuits, I mean, the skillets are no longer hot. They are warm. I like to melt the butter in the bottom of the pan because it's kind of a throwback to my family. We like a crusty bottom on the bottom of our biscuits, and melting that butter will provide for that crusty bottom. Okay, I'm gonna make a mess here. I generally clean up at this point. This is what one pan of biscuits is gonna look like. So what I have a pastry brush here and some melted butter, and you're gonna go through and dab them all. What I generally do is I will put on a thin coat here, and then I'll move to the next batch. This gives it enough time to kind of break that surface tension and allow for that butter to get in a little better, so when I come back on the second round, it absorbs a little bit better. Now the object of this is to, every place that you have flour that is not buttered it'll look chalky. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You've seen biscuit tops that have flour with no butter on them, and they look chalky. So what we're going to try to do is, for the most part, this ain't no beauty contest, so we don't have to make it perfect. And that's it. That's it right there. So we're going to put that in the oven about starting at 15 to 20 minutes, and hopefully we'll come back and I'll show you part 3 of how they're going to look.